Well, good evening and welcome. We're going to play a rapid game today, 15 minutes. 15 minutes with 10-second increment. We got plenty of time to get to know each other. Darmian and myself. I think he's from Syria, Egypt. Fuck. Okay, night here is probably slightly more optimal, but I guess it's all the same shit, isn't it? One way or another. Maybe it's a good thing that no one is spending too much time here, but I don't want to go with the flow just so quickly. It's a rapid game after all. Now, with an investment in this move, b4 is very obviously the logical follow up. And this, in a way, helps him to still continue or not quite. No, it does stop him, even if he does play this forward. But what about taking here? Because that, I feel, is also pretty good idea in such situations. Yes, I do feel it's a good idea. Followed by our own b5 push. It's kind of like beating him to the punch if you think about it. In a way, we're beating him to the punch. We play b5 right now. Our bishop's already in a good spot. Should he play e4, we have e5 right away to counter. And it's a very, you know, solid mainline semi-Slav defense theory, I believe, all of this. Although the move order was a little interesting, and this a3 in the middle means it does mean something is different, isn't it? Because that's not always the case. That's not always the case. So now b4 is still a very typical idea. But if we preempt it with a5, then it's still not easy to play because the rook is still out there. So what if he plays this first? Well, then we can play a5, a4, I mean, and kind of still stop him because we'll always have the en passant possibility, which looks pretty decent. So a5 seems like the choicest choice at the moment rather than, for example, bishop b7, which allows him enough time. Or is it a trap? Is it a trap if we allow him enough time? No, bishop here. No. He can't do that. He can't do that. So if he plays b4 and I go a5, he can take it and we take it, and maybe this rook is slightly off, but we do have decent firepower on that pawn. So he'll have to dissolve it further. He might try to dissolve it. We might be forced into this kind of a push. I'm not sure if it's so. It's also very playable. This is a lot more, what really better here? Because another thing about these positions is very often a6 and c5 become key ideas, but that's exactly what we wouldn't be able to play if we played before, right? So I say a5 has to be the right idea. Intuitively, it feels pretty good. Tomorrow I'm playing a long game. It'll be like 1.5 hours each player. So I'm trying to get my mind back into a healthy state rather than all this blitz McKish stuff. He's disconnected. No. Come on, man. How what What can I even do to entertain us in this meantime while we wait for him to come back? I spent 2 minutes on that last move. He fell asleep, or he said, fuck this shit. He said, fuck this shit. Okay, well. Okay, well, what else can I say is that, getting good at chess is not just about, it's about a lot more than just getting good at chess. It's about getting good at self mastery. To become a good chess player, you have to master various aspects of yourself, not just your training and your practice or theoretical knowledge and all that, but also your inner calmness that enables you to make good decisions and handle pressure well. That's also part of the training journey. And you got to think about it like just as if you were a top level sportsman, have that kind of seriousness about it, because what else is there? What else is there to do? And that's actually the joy of it, is to take it seriously. So there you go. That's the lesson of wisdom for the day. And let's see if a5 was the right move. Let's see that much. It was a top level game, 96%, 95%. We're only 8 moves, but whatever. So pretty standard opening, and this was not the most optimal. tiny difference. But interesting, b3 would have to be the follow-up, right? He can't play b4 just yet anyway. Oh, he can. But then maybe capturing here is a much clearer shot after he played b4, and then kick him, and then kick him again. Something like that. So yeah, rook e8 was the best move. We took, however, and then we shot him. So now we didn't play the best move in a way, which was to firstly not take here and to kind of just allow him to play like that. But now having taken, the right idea is actually down the middle, apparently. And I mean, it's I like it too. I do like this in general. I thought this kind of clarifies the position pretty early and looks totally fine for black, right? Pawn majority on the queen side is generally also, I think, pretty good to have. More preferable than having it on the king side, I think. Slightly more preferable pawn structure. So it kind of makes sense. And a5 is not the right move. Wouldn't you know? It's a bit too much punching. You see, it's too out there. This is my problem. When I have time to think, I tend to think, why not? And that gets me in trouble. From playing Blitz, I know conventional wisdom, like, yeah, it doesn't feel right or whatever. But when I have time to think, I have to answer the question, why not? And then my chess understanding is properly tested. That's test cricket, A long game tests your understanding of the game. And this is just 15-minute game, Think about 1.5 hours, what effect it has. So the problem with this move is that he just ignores it, and then you get a weak pawn here. That's the problem with it. He just ignores it. He's like, yeah, I wasn't planning to do that anyway, bro. Now you got a problem to deal with. And it's true. So instead, the best move was just a solid... show me the best move, man. Like, how to play it. Okay, whatever. Fuck it. But bishop b7. Cheers.